Most people who grew up feeling unseen as kids don't even realize how much it's still affecting them. You can grow up in a house that looked completely normal and still learn that your feelings don't matter. You're the one people call low maintenance, but it doesn't feel like a compliment. You downplay your needs before anyone can ignore them, like you're pre-rejecting yourself. When something hurts, you shrug it off so quickly you barely notice the sting. It's like living your life on silent mode. Everything happens, but nothing quite lands. And most people never connect this feeling to where it actually started. There's actually a name for that blank moment when someone asks how you feel and your mind just goes empty. Emotional neglect works like a dimmer switch on your inner world. It doesn't shut emotions off, it just lowers the brightness so gradually you forget what fully lit feels like. This is what psychologists call childhood emotional neglect, and over time, it can lead to something called Alexithymia, which is difficulty recognizing and describing what you feel. Not because you don't have emotions, but because no one taught you how to notice them. The signs. The comfort mismatch. When you're upset, you don't actually want comfort. You want space, distraction, or to get over it. As a child, when you cried, no one really came in a way that soothed you, so your system adapted. Now, when someone tries to comfort you, it feels awkward or even irritating, like they're speaking a language you never learned. The surprising part is your body still wants comfort. It just doesn't recognize it when it arrives. The achievement void. You hit milestones, graduations, promotions, big wins, and feel flat. Not sad, not happy, just neutral, like checking a box on a list. Growing up, your achievements may have been expected, but not celebrated, so your brain never linked success with emotional reward. Now you keep chasing the next thing, thinking that's the missing piece. But the real gap isn't achievement, it's the absence of being seen. The lone wolf illusion. You pride yourself on handling everything alone. You don't ask for help, not because you can't, but because it feels unnecessary or even unsafe. As a kid, relying on others didn't reliably work, so independence became your default setting. But hyper-independence isn't just a personality trait. It's what happens when connection wasn't consistent enough to trust. It shows up as refusing help when you're drowning, saying, "I've got it," when you genuinely don't, and feeling uncomfortable when someone tries to carry something for you. But these next two signs don't look like wounds, they look like superpowers. The background burden. You often feel like you're too much, even when you're being completely reasonable. Asking for help, attention, or time comes with a quiet guilt, like you're taking up space you haven't earned. That belief didn't appear out of nowhere. It was installed in moments when your needs were ignored or minimized. So now, you shrink them before anyone else can. The borrowed voice critic. The way you talk to yourself isn't really your voice. It sounds like someone from your past, subtle but familiar. It tells you your needs are inconvenient, your emotions are dramatic, your problems aren't real enough. Over time, that voice became automatic. The unsettling part is you might defend it because it feels like truth. The next signs are invisible to everyone around you, including sometimes yourself. The emotional time lag. Something upsetting happens and you feel nothing until hours or days later. Then it hits you out of nowhere, in the shower, late at night, or during something unrelated. When emotions weren't safe to feel in the moment, your brain learned to delay them. So now your reactions don't match the timing of your life. And there's something I want to say after this last sign, something I wish someone had said sooner. The nothing happened story. When you look back at your childhood, you say, nothing bad really happened. And that's the point. Emotional neglect isn't about what did happen. It's about what didn't. No consistent comfort, no emotional guidance, no reflection of your inner world. And that absence is exactly why it's so hard to see. If you recognized yourself in any of this, then I want to turn the dimmer up for a second. It's like trying to learn a language no one ever spoke to you.
You've been expected to be fluent in emotions without ever being taught the words. So of course it feels confusing, distant, sometimes even empty. There was never anything wrong with you, only something missing around you. The strange thing about emotional neglect is how invisible it is, even to the person who lived it. You adapted in ways that made sense at the time, and those adaptations stayed. But awareness changes how you relate to all of it. Not overnight, not perfectly, but gradually, like turning that dimmer switch back up. The first step isn't fixing anything, it's just noticing. And if you've made it this far, you already have. Not emptiness, just feelings that were never given a place to land.